Welcome back to Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you come find the tools to change the rules.
Are you ready, Juliana? Yeah. Levitas, are you going to help me count this off? Repeat after me. 1, 2. 1, 2. What? See, the king of the woman is one who gets something that we girls left behind. And the reason why I know so much about her is because she picked up a man of mine. That's what she did now.
So welcome back to the show. Right now I am in Wijk aan Zee in the North Sea in the Netherlands, and today we're going to be having a very interesting show. We're going to be having Bob the teacher as our guest on the show. We're going to be having James Schramko and of course a lot of great tools and apps throughout the show. So make sure to watch the entire show, and right now let's start with the first section of the show, which is going to be handy bookmarks. Welcome back to Handy Bookmarks. I wanted to share with you very quickly before I go into the resources a video that I just saw that gave me a great idea of actually putting this show together on small businesses marketing ideas. And well, of course, I mean, this is not a small company, but of course, I mean, they are thinking out of the box, and I thought it was great. And it is Corona Light, how they actually really took over using social media and how powerful they became by simply doing something different. So please have a look at this video. I'm sure that you're going to enjoy it.
Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light. These are the powerhouses of the light beer world. For Corona Light to command the same attention as these brands, they needed to make a big beer impact without spending a big beer budget. Our solution? Give us your Facebook like and we'll give you a piece of our 40-foot tall Times Square billboard. It was a simple action in the digital world that led to a very public spectacle in the real world. The Corona Light fan page immediately gained a devoted base of people ready and willing to share their new beverage like with the world. In just 2 months, fan numbers increased by over 6,000%, from 3,000 people to almost 200,000. And because we posted a snapshot of your appearance on your profile, anyone who looked at your feed was enticed to like us as well. We had friends, brides, bands, and even a few pets making in lights above New York City. All proving that Corona Light wasn't an anonymous light beer that you drank out of red keg cups. It was something worth declaring your like love for. Thanks for the like.
Very interesting. So the question is, what can you do differently than your competitors in order for you to actually gain attention in social media or any other media? Anyway, now let me just go to the first resource, and I think this resource is very interesting. I don't think it's for everyone, but anyway, you can actually use this platform to start already designing your apps, to start designing the different websites that you have, to start designing a lot of things that you possibly would like to have on the internet. And this platform is called InVision. Now, I think in order for you to understand exactly what InVision is, the best thing to do is to actually have a look at the clip that they have on their website. Have a look.
These days, visual designers are getting more involved in the user experience design process. And for a very good reason. Developers, analysts, and clients want to help, but they often lack the creativity needed to fully imagine a system that is functional, usable, and beautiful. Finding a tool to assist you can be daunting. Most UX prototyping tools lock you into their world of scribbly lines, low-fidelity layouts, and tired UI widgets. Imagine a tool that gives you the freedom to fully express yourself. A tool that lets you go as low or high fidelity as you want. Imagine that you can use the design tools you already know. With InVision, your imagination becomes real. You design screens using your tool of choice and connect them together in InVision for stunning results that look and feel just like the finished product. You can even share your prototype with your clients and get feedback instantly. A tool built for the way designers work? Imagine that.
Recently, I received an email from Ali in Abu Dhabi, and he was actually asking me how could I actually create info graphics. And then I started looking, and I came across an incredible resource that I think that you're gonna really enjoy. Especially, of course, if you want to put lots of information in one cool infographic, which is specifically for your niche or for your business, you're gonna really benefit from this next resource. Have a look.
There is so much data around us. After a while, all the presentations fade into blank pieces of paper. Pick the Chart transforms data into an infographic, making data 6 times more memorable. The app pulls in data together and produces memorable one-page visual stories in 30 minutes. First, key in your story. Pick the Chart guides you to tell a story with the title, your main points, and a conclusion. Second, select a theme. The theme is automatically loaded with your story in the first step. Third, modify your visual story with a simple drag and drop function from our icons library. Visualize your data in over 20 different ways. Area chart, bubble chart, cocktail chart, line chart, maps, percentages, pie chart, scaling of sizes, timeline. Transform your data into memorable stories.
One of the biggest challenges that we small businesses and entrepreneurs have is that we have to actually communicate with many of our staff, which might be in another country or in another office or whatever. So I found a really cool application that you can actually create manuals on a very easy way, teaching people how to do your stuff. So you can use it for actually teaching your staff somewhere else in the world, or you will be able to teach also your customers how to use your applications or your softwares or your ebooks or whatever product you have. I think you're going to find this resource very cool. Have a look.
Welcome to Clarify. Clarify is going to make you look great. People will think that you have spent hours creating beautiful communications when really you've only spent a few minutes. Clarify is great for communicating with customers, coworkers, virtual assistants, vendors, or friends and family. It's the perfect tool for whenever you want to show someone how to do something, give instructions on what you want them to do, or need to explain a problem you are having. Here's how to get started. First, capture some images. You can use the status bar menu or the capture button in the Clarify document. Draw your region and press return. Clarify will automatically assemble a document for you. Take as many images as you need. Once you have your images, add annotations, add text, or reorder the steps of your document. When you've completed your document, there are a couple of ways to share it. You can share it online with clarifyit.com, our free document sharing service. Share your document via Dropbox. Export a PDF. You can even automatically attach PDFs to new email messages. Or copy your document to the clipboard for inserting into mail messages, word processing documents, or note-taking applications such as Evernote. That should be everything you need to get started. If you need any help at all, just click on the help icon in Clarify to get a full list of tutorials and power tips. So get started. People are going to be amazed at the communications you create with Clarify.
Well, I hope that you have enjoyed our handy bookmarks for today. Right now it's time that we go to the next section of the show, which is going to be our featured presentation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Say hello to Productive, the only task management application that works the way you do. Me? Yes, you. Whether your to-do list or for your personal life or your team, Productive keeps you on top of tasks across your communication services. That's anytime, anywhere. Say you're a team leader and you're launching this really cool product that will make you very rich and even more handsome as well as incredibly funny. Productive helps you create a group workspace, assign tasks and deadlines, share files, and track productivity, all with real-time updates via email, IM, or iPhone. With your team in sync and on time, you now have an awesome view. Or say it's just you. Yep, just me, juggling family, home projects, bills, and a social life. Productive works for you. building to-do lists from your notes, integrating with your email and Google calendars, sending alerts and reminders how you want, and providing access to your projects from anywhere. Listen, what's that? That's the stress-free feeling of having everything under control. Tame the beast with the only task management application designed to work the way you do. Productive.
On today's episode, I have an extra special guest to share with you something very interesting, something that he calls the business lessons from Batman. His name is David Crenshaw, and I think that you're going to really enjoy what he has to share with you. David and I met in Salt Lake City when we were actually sharing the platform for SAM, the prestigious event that is organized by Ryan Lee, Andrew Locke, and Chris Farrell. And it was a blast, and right now we are in the same mastermind group called the Magical Marketing Experience, and he's got an incredible amount of information to share with you, and you will see with these 3 minutes of these great Batman resources that he's going to be sharing with you. Have a look.
What I want to share with you as a Batman fan are 5 business lessons from the Caped Crusader. Now, the first lesson is something I've talked about in a previous video, and it's finding your Alfred, that person. Now, Alfred is the person who back at home is taking care of the small details so that Batman can focus on fighting crime. Well, you want to find that right-hand person or that dedicated personal assistant who can take care of the small details so that you are free to focus on your most valuable activities of your business. Number 2 is to use the best technology. Now, of course, Batman has all of his gadgets and his technology and his tools that he uses in getting the job done. Well, you want to have the best tools, the best technology that money can buy. The cost of investing in these things is more than offset by the gains in time, and your time as a business owner is incredibly valuable. Number 3 is the mask. Now, hear me out. This is a little different. Bruce Wayne has the mask of Batman, and Batman has the mask of Bruce Wayne. The idea is that by using that mask, he protects both identities. You want to have a clear boundary line between business and personal. It's far too easy for entrepreneurs to allow business and personal to bleed into each other, and it damages both of them. So create that boundary line, just like Batman. Now, number 4 is the network. Batman doesn't fight crime by himself. He has lots of people helping him. He has Robin, he has Commissioner Gordon, of course, Alfred, even Catwoman at times, who might be considered competition. Well, you want to expand your own network. You want to reach out and find allies in the business world. And you will often find that what you need to succeed in your business is not within the resources that you already have. It's other people who have those things to help you. And 5th is the moral code. Now, Batman's moral code, of course, is that he doesn't ever kill people. He at least tries to avoid that. Well, in your case, your moral code is much more significant. Your moral code are the values of your business. You want to have them written down. You want to talk about them with your employees and use them every day as a guidepost for your decision making. Now, I'd love to hear any other business lessons that you can gain from The Dark Knight or any of your other favorite fictional characters. Please comment on this page and let's talk.
James Schramko, and this week we're filming inside. It's a little bit cool outside. Now, I went to the dentist and I survived, but the reason I went to the dentist is they sent me an SMS follow-up. So on my phone, they just sent me a reminder saying it's time to come back for a checkup, and this is about 1 year from my last visit. So if you have a business, make sure you're using customer reactivation. So that could be an SMS reminder, it could be direct response mail, it could be an email, but stay in touch with your previous customer. The chances are that if they didn't send me an SMS, I would not be going to the dentist until I get my next filling required or some problem. So by keeping active maintenance, they're actually seeing their patients a lot more often. So put some activation mechanisms into your sales follow-up for your best customers.
As you know, my goal with this show is to create internet literacy. That's why I was very happy to bring Bob, the teacher Jenkins, with us. He's a coach telling people how to actually simplify. Well, I will tell him exactly. He will tell you exactly how it works. But what he does simply is just making the process of putting your online business and your products on the fastest way possible. So, Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ernest. Great to be here.
Thank you. I think you will be the best person to describe exactly what you're doing. So if you don't mind telling the audience or what you're doing, that'll be great.
Sure. So what I'm really passionate about, Ernesto, is I love to help people who are just getting started online to make sure that they don't make the mistakes that will cost them thousands and thousands of dollars or denarii or whatever currency they have, to make sure that they know what's in their mind can be very valuable instead of chasing after shiny objects, and making sure that it's all simple between websites, promotions, marketing, and getting the word out about what they can offer to people.
I think you actually just gave me my next question. What are those mistakes? Because of course, I mean, I think everybody will pick up on those kind of things. So what are the most common mistakes that people do when they're getting started online?
First, they don't value what they already know. They think everybody knows it, or no one would pay for it. So instead of taking a look at what you have to offer because of your experience and your the things you're very passionate about, you may find yourself chasing after what other people have been successful in, but you don't know enough about it. So I'd love for you to make sure that you take stock on what you know that other people are already asking you about. The second thing that I think is a big mistake is that they take advice from the wrong people. They take advice from people online who they may not have met before without really spending time getting to know that particular person. So if you can be on a teleseminar with them, you can interact with them through their Facebook profile and just get to know them a little bit to filter out who you're learning from. And the third and final mistake I'll share with you today is making sure that you don't spend so much time creating something that can't be leveraged. One of the things I love coaching my clients to do is to create something one time and get paid for it multiple times over. So leverage what you do, turn it into an information product like a video or a teleseminar audio program or even an ebook, very simple, that other people can use as much as possible, and you can spend time instead of prospecting with more of your own clients.
So one of the things that I really like about the work that you're doing is, there's a tremendous amount of integrity. You're really making sure and you're really caring for your students, and that I think is also very nice. I mean, the way that you call yourself Bob, the teacher. I mean, obviously that I think the teacher gives a very trusting kind of thought, or that's the mental picture that most people get into their mind, and I think is fantastic branding. So using that specific brand or name or metaphor, whatever you want to call it, can you tell us, for example, what is the whole process from the moment that somebody discovers the internet until suddenly they get a business started? That would really be great if you can just briefly run us through the entire process from the very beginning to where people really get started.
Sure. So that's a big seminar by itself, right? So we'll do a very short version of it. But here's a couple steps I'd recommend that you do. First, again, identify what is it about what you know that other people ask you about. Secondly, before you go out and build up a website and make a product or anything like that, go online and find other people who are already doing what you want to do. Now they're going to do it differently. They're going to do it a different format. They're going to do it different prices. They're going to do it differently than what you would do it. But they're already doing it and they're already making money from it. So I recommend that you look at them, study them, and actually promote them as an affiliate partner. Now you probably have discussions about affiliate stuff in other episodes, right? But basically you're making recommendations, and then you receive income based on a share of the sale. The next step is you continue to connect with customers who buy products you recommend, and you follow up with them and make sure that they're A, well taken care of, but B, that they have other challenges that are going to come up addressed and solved, and you can be that solution provider for them. That's where your product is going to come in. So you have the idea, you test it out in the market by looking what other people are doing, and then you create your products based on what's missing from what already currently exists. If you can do those steps at the beginning, you will overcome probably a year or two, or maybe even 5 years, as we've seen in this industry, of people spinning their wheels, wasting time, not figuring out what they really want to do. You'll have a much shorter path towards profit, towards results that you're really looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you were mentioning a moment ago something very important. I mean, most people, indeed, I mean, they get very excited about the possibilities of the internet, and they buy a product, and then they just let it collect dust or be there in their storage in their computer.
Yep.
So what's your suggestion to those guys that are really getting started, so that they will be able to get the product, find out, and then just move on?
Yeah, and you mentioned integrity. So this is a very big value for me. I love to make sure that you carry your business forward with integrity, as do I. And the reason I think that it's important for you to really bank on what you already know is you already have authenticity there.
Yeah.
It's not just a shortcut towards better results. It's also better for your customers, because they will know that you have the experience to back it up. And so what I don't want for you is to dive into the internet, get all excited about what you hear of riches here and wealth here and great results here, thinking that you have to do what those people are doing when you have it in your skull. I recently met a woman that is very common among the clients that I work with when they come to me. She says that for the last 15, 20 years she's been doing real estate and investing and consulting. But when it came to online, she decided to buy into a program that would make mini websites so that she could sell advertisements on. Here's someone with 20 years of high-level education and expertise in investing and real estate, which is a very hot topic, but was kind of convinced that was not valuable enough to sell online. So this pathway I'm sharing with you is really great for you to take, because it gives you more confidence faster, and it gets you results faster, and that's really what ultimately will lead to a successful business.
Fantastic. Well, I absolutely endorse Bob the Teacher Jenkins. Everything he does is really great. All these resources that he shares is great. And I absolutely suggest that you guys go and get in touch with him and get to know him, because I mean, I have learned a lot from him. He's one of the guys that I follow constantly online, and I would like you to do the same thing. So where can we tell everyone to go get in touch with you?
Yeah, the very best place to go is to go to bobtheteacher.com, which leaves me with one last tip. As you're doing your business, have one central location that you send people to, that they can just start that process of getting to know you and then unfolding a relationship that's going to benefit both them as a client of yours or a customer and yourself as a business owner. So I'll see you at bobtheteacher.com.
Fantastic. Okay, well, Bob, thank you very much for your time on the show.
Thank you.
And guys, now it's time that we go to our next section, which is one app a day keeps boredom away.
Wherever work happens, you can join a meeting from your iPad.
Okay, let's get started.
Simple online collaboration will change the way you work, and perhaps a whole lot more. Download the free app today.
So, well, this pretty much wraps it up for the day. I hope that you have really enjoyed the show. And once again, this is Ernesto Verdugo, and this is Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you come find the tools to change the rules. Bye-bye. See you next week. Bye-bye.